UFO sightings reported in the sky of Australia. June 2016 inches. June 2016, Australia, Menangle, Campbelltown area. Pictures show strange UFO activity with glowing lights going through the clouds and joining what it seems to be a command ship, spacecraft. Aboriginal myths incorporate the idea of sky beings, with the Wandjina being among the most interesting to consider. The Wandjina have been preserved in a fascinating oral tradition and in a large collection of rock paintings scattered throughout the Kimberley region of northern Australia. The paintings have received all manner of interpretations, from stylized representations of a pervasive myth system to naive ancient astronaut theories. It is however fascinating to see that the indigenous tribes viewed the Wandjina as the spirit in the cloud. Indeed, the unique painting style shows a logical sequence from human figures to stylized representations of clouds. This duality of anthropomorphic form and clouds is widespread in primitive cultures and finds an interesting parallel in the biblical accounts in Exodus. While this line of thought is suggestive of superior sky beings acting as cultural catalysts for primitive societies, we should point out that making mythological component comparisons can make for interesting exercises, full of emotive similarities, but are purely speculative. There are numerous elements of Aboriginal lore in which provocative parallels can be seen with modern-day UFO experiences. To argue that identical stimuli may have been involved may be foolish, as it is impossible to prove either way. Nevertheless, some accounts are startling. Prosaic explanations are probable, but consider the following. The Aboriginal tribe, the Bad, of the West Kimberley area, Western Australia, revered a supreme being called Jamar. According to tradition, he manifested in a manner highly suggestive of something landing and leaving behind a physical record. Of course, the reverse can argue. That is, that the Aborigines invested supernatural dimensions into many prosaic features of the natural landscape. The young initiates of the tribe were led to the stony bed of a creek and were shown the holes where Jamar had planted his borrower. In Aboriginal lore, the sound of the borrower, a roaring wind noise, symbolized the approach of the god. The original accounts indicate that Jamar's borrower or Galaguru are representations of the being itself. According to E.A. Worms, earnestly the old men impress on the youths the terrible force of the original Tjarunga, by pointing out the baldness of the surrounding hills and the damaged bark of the trees struck by Jamar when he whirled the borrower. It smashed the rocks of the foreshore. After the manifestation of Jamar, which left behind all this damage, the Supreme Being himself ascended once again into the sky with his Tjarunga. Such accounts lost in prehistory are full of emotive similarities, but beyond that they are only diverting tales of the Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime. According to Bundjalung tribal tradition, Salty Lagoon, north of the Broadwater National Park, near Evans Head, on the NSW North Coast, was home to a female ancestral being called Gongan. Described as tall and slim, with long flowing hair, beautiful hands and long fingernails, when she moved between Salty Lagoon and Wardell, Gungan often appeared as a shining light. The legends indicate she would try to seduce men into the sea or the lagoon. Tradition has it that Gungan flew from Woodinbong, landed on a beach near Salty Lagoon and turned into a black rock. More recently was published on internet some UFO report of a possible flying saucer hovering in the sky above New South Wales in Australia. This happened on 18th of May 2016 around 5 p.m. and according to the witness, this object stayed in the sky for more than 40 minutes. Subscribe to Section 51. Thank you.